Hey guys, so today we're going to start out with a basic warm-up just to get your shoulders and everything comfortable and ready for your headstand. So I am doing 5 shoulder rolls back and 5 shoulder rolls forward. Take your time and try to get the full range of motion. Then I am placing my hands on my shoulder blades and doing the same thing. So 5 rotations to the back, and then 5 rotations forward. And you can slow this down by inhaling when the arms go forward and exhaling as they roll around back, just to slow down the process. And then just take a few cat-cows. Again, I did about 5 here, making sure that you are really opening the collarbone as the chest reaches down to the floor, pulling the shoulders down towards your hips. And then take a nice child's pose just to allow the body to take in what you just did. And then tuck your toes under, push back into your heels, just to get a nice stretch for your Achilles, as well as your feet. And then we're going to take this into a plank. So in your plank, really, again, make sure that you are pulling the shoulder blades down towards your hips. Imagine your shoulders are like literally reaching for your hips. And engage your core as much as possible. Try not to lift your hips up too high or dip them down too low, because that'll be bad for your lower back if you dip them too low. Grip your fingertips on the mat. Bend your knees and push back again into child's pose. Coming back onto all fours, take a downward facing dog. And here, I feel like my down dog here actually looks a little wide. Maybe I could have probably brought my feet up just a teeny bit closer to my hands. But pedal your feet so that you feel a nice stretch in your calves as well as your hamstrings. And then inhale, raise your heels up off the floor. Exhale, lower them down. Doing this just a few times. Bend your knees and take another child's pose. Now let's break this down. So first thing you want to do is make sure that your elbows are directly underneath your shoulder blades. You want to make sure that you don't bring them out too wide. That's not going to be very supportive for your neck. It's going to put a lot of pressure on your cervical spine. So make sure those elbows are in line with the shoulders. Interlace the hands and then place the crown of the head flat onto the floor and then press them up against the wrists so that you're creating a solid foundation. And now I'm over-exaggerating here, putting my shoulders towards my ears. This is what you do not want to do. You want to make sure that you pull the shoulders down towards your hips and away from the ears so that you're creating a lot of space. From here, you're going to straighten out your legs and lift your body up into a pike position. This is basically having the sits bones up to the ceiling, and you can see here I'm walking my feet in as much as I can, trying to get the sits bones, like the upper body, in a straight line. Bring one leg in and then the other. This part is the hardest part of doing a headstand. You have to use a lot of your lower abdominals in order to get the knees in and up. And slowly you would take both legs up at the same time or one leg at a time. It's really what is feasible for you. I am doing this next to a wall to show that how you can use the wall for support. You can also do this a little closer to the wall where the hips would stay a little more connected so that you don't have to use your core on your own in the beginning, especially when it's really hard in the beginning. Both legs will connect to the wall for support, and then you'll bring one leg out and then the other. One of the things you want to keep in mind is not to arch your back. I did it here just to show you. I don't know if it's very subtle. You want to tuck your tailbone under and push your pelvis forward. This is going to give you a solid foundation. You also want to make sure that your legs are engaged, the muscles in your legs are engaged as much as possible. Otherwise, it'll be very wobbly. As you get stronger, you'll be able to do whatever you like with your legs, but in the beginning, I found this to be very helpful. After, you will bring the knees into your chest and then slowly lower them down to the floor. Obviously, this is challenging to be able to do it this slow. It's good to strive for as you get stronger. I'm also showing this vantage point in order to really show how strong your forearms should be. It's called a headstand, but all the weight is actually in your forearms. It should be so much so that you should be able to lift your head up off the floor if you wanted. And when you get stronger and you're feeling more secure in your headstand, you can do it one leg at a time with the leg extended. I actually find this to be a bit easier than doing it with the bent knees. But in the beginning, you might want to kick too hard with straight legs, so the bent knees are safer to prevent you from overdoing it. So this is one final demonstration of going from your pike position. Slowly, you'll start to walk your feet in towards your body as your hips will rise, sits bones will rise to the ceiling. It's helpful to think of it as if you're tilting your pelvis back, which is actually assisting in lifting your legs up. So your lower core is working, but the tilting of the pelvis back as you lift will make that process easier. And then slowly you'll bring one leg up to the ceiling and then the other. Really trying to keep your core strong, finding your breath, making sure that your neck does not feel any strain whatsoever, that your body is completely supported, your cervical spine is supported by your forearms, and then bring one leg down and then the other, and if you can, slowly try to control lowering your legs to the floor. After every headstand, take a break, lay back, take your child's pose, let everything go. That's it. I hope that this has been helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye. Being a dancer, anything that says we're going to dance till we drop, I'm there.